Hello everybody and welcome back to another lockpicking video. This lock is made by Gera and it has quite some trick up its sleeve because it has a magnet in the key. So let's find out how we can open this without the key. Yeah, this key is a dimple style core. It has like 6 chambers. And one of these chambers is not populated with a classic spring and then driver and key pin. No, it has a springless driver and the pin is pulled up by this little magnet in here. Let's find something magnetic. Too heavy. Yeah, you can see here the magnet holds up this tensioner. It's not too strong, but it is enough to lift the key and key pin and enable the core to rotate. I even have the packaging here, which is always interesting. So let's have a look. It is the highest on their scale. They only have 4 scales. This is now probably owned by ISEO, and it is good against bump keys. Sorry, this is all in German. It's translating on the fly. Here are the technical informations. Here we see a cross section actually, and you see here's a springless pin, and this sits in chamber 2 here, and only the permanent magnet in the key pulls up this pin. Yes, so it is very hard to open it with bump keys, and you can, copying the key is harder because you would have to include a magnet in there. And you also, for copying this key in a locksmith store, you will need this blank with the magnet inside. So this is quite nice. So it makes picking a bit difficult. And the springless key pin you can also hear. Let's listen in. Do you hear this rattling? This is the key pins in the chamber 2 here and here. And yeah, they are just falling down, up and down and so on. One thing to mention here is you have to pick this one Euro style if you want to have the fun of picking it with the magnet engaged. Because if you pick it like this, it will behave like a normal pin without a spring. It falls down into the keyway, and then you can just lift it with a pick and open the core. But if you want the full fun, you need to pick it pins facing down. So you need to pull up the pin in chamber 2 with a magnet. And the magnet I'm using is just this very small neodymium magnet here, taped to a broken off pick. This is my only multi-pick pick that I managed to break in the very beginning of my lockpicking career. I'm quite heavy-handed. And I am lucky here with this key that the first pin, this one here, is so short that I can easily run my magnet over it once it is set. And of course like this. And then I can reach into access chamber 2. And let's put it in a vise and see if we can pick it. And then I'm eager to find out what is inside. Actually, I haven't opened it myself and I'm curious. See you back in a second. Okay, back in the vise. Key works fine. And I'm using this SP47 tensioner, which works perfectly in this key, in these keyways, and I can tension counterclockwise, so I can pick clockwise. Let's go. Pin 1 is binding directly. Then in pin 2 there's a gap that indicates where the magnet would be. And now I set pin 3, and now I'm putting pressure on pin 4, but I basically don't get any counter rotation. I have to manually rotate the core back I think pin 4 is set, for now at least. Let's go to the back. That was 6. I think 5 gives me counter rotation. Now let's be careful of 5. That was 1. 3 set, but 4 is not set anymore. And again I will use manual counter rotation. Good click. But I think it needs to be set deeper. Maybe now. That was 1 and 3. 6 is binding. Okay, let's check again. 1 feels good. 3 was binding. 4 is again binding. I think I have now 4 and 3 and 1. No, 6 still needs to be set, but let's try the magnet first. I just put it in, ram into pin 3 and then back up a little bit. And then I have to release tension. Slowly. Okay. Something popped up. Either it was the magnet or another pin. Check the back. Oh, that feels good. That was 5. Now 6. Okay, that was 6. I think it's 6 is set. 3 is binding now. Now 6 is set, and 5, and we're open. Nice. Whew. So, that is good. Now, since this is a double Euro, we will gut it from the front using a pinning shoe and a front loader, and I will fast forward this as usual. And yeah, if you want to know how to get this, check out the video I link. Okay, welcome back from fast forward. Sorry, a bit messy gutting. I was a bit rusty. Haven't done this from the front in a while. So nothing special on the housing. We have anti-drill protection here, which is always nice to see. And a lot of these are magnetic, so I guess they are probably made of steel. Oh no, just some. Most of them are probably just coated. But yeah, we will have a look at the magnet in a second, because this is very exciting and unique for this lock. But let's look at the other curiosity which we have in this lock. Oh, come on. Okay, this will be annoying. Okay, there we go. If you look here in chamber 4, this is really, really weird. There's just a wafer as a driver. So a really short driver, and I guess this is below shear for sure. Okay, yeah. So it's now it is of course at shear with the key inserted. But once we take this out, this is the room we have. And let's put our driver in. So now in chamber 4 also the driver is in, and you can clearly see that we are below shear. And I must have once picked it without setting it to the correct height, which mangled up the spring and explains partially the strange behavior. And yeah, if you don't set this early, you will not get any counter rotation from a wafer below shear. So yeah, this explains a lot. Not nice to see in a lock, especially if you buy a high security lock. It's nice that they put a different spring here, but then at least balance the pin stake that you're not below shear. Otherwise you run in all kinds of trouble like we did here. Come on, there we go. So that's not nice to see. Let's look at the positive things. You see the second row is with the magnet. And let's have a look at the driver itself. Is magnetic. And you can see here at the top, at the tip, there's a little insert which seems to be magnetic. But luckily it is not. It's both attracted by my magnet, so I could have inserted it both ways and it would have worked, which is nice to see. And the chamber was not filled with any spring, but it had 2 key pins in there, and they were orientated like this. So facing up, so making picking this a bit easier, because then the tip can be somewhere and it will easier glide through if you set it to about the right height. Yeah, that is nice to see. And then I'm a bit surprised that there are so many standard drivers here in chamber 1 and 3 and then this weird in 4. But it is very nice to see these spools here. I have to show you these in more detail. Because these are not just simple spools, but as you can see, their head is a bit stepped or chamfered. At least you will have to revisit them when picking, so you have to overcome the thick part and then pick them again. What I'm interested in is to see, of course, the pin effectiveness, which is a bit sad in this case. Yeah, as I expected. So I just put in the key pins in chambers 5 and 6. And you see how little room the spool has. Let's take one. And yeah, in chamber 5, this will just act as a standard, or in this case a tapered driver. And chamber 6, yeah, this will work as a spool, barely. Or will it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So, yeah, ups and downs with this lock, but it's nice to see a magnetic pin in here anyhow. It's very nice because this gives bump keys a lot of trouble, of course, and increases the security quite a bit. And then the spring here is not so nice, and yeah, but yeah, ups and downs. Still good fun to pick, and if you get one like this, ever pick it pins facing down, not pins facing up, because otherwise what will just happen is this magnetic pin will basically just chill at the shear line, and you will not have to pick it, I guess. Let's force it into the plug. Oh yeah, okay, you still would have to pick it, but you can just lift it up. As you can see, gravity helps you there quite a bit. While if you pick it facing down, the driver will be somewhere below shear. And yeah, you get the idea. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you like this content, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and write a comment. I'd like to hear what you think about these locks. And yeah, I'm looking forward to get more magnetic locks. The Acura 44, still waiting for a magnet version. But yeah, hopefully I can get one. Hope to see you next video. Bye.